This story is going to show why it's never a good idea to let somebody you don't know into your house. Back in 1994, a man and a wife who had a 4-month-old son would start having money problems, causing the man to have to work later at night. One night on a Wednesday around 9 p.m., she would hear a knock on the door and thinking maybe it's just her husband, his hands are full with groceries or something, couldn't unlock the door. So she would go and answer without properly looking. When she opened the door, she saw a man that she did not recognize who asked to use their phone because his car had broken down. She would politely allow him to come inside to use their phone. And she pointed to the phone that was on the table right next to the door. And as she was walking backwards to make room for him to use it, he just kept walking towards her, causing her to walk back further. She would eventually be beyond the table where the phone was. Say, "What do you want? The phone's right there. My husband's in the shower. What do you want? What do you need?" The man would stop walking, cock his head aside, and say, "I don't hear the shower running. In fact, I'm pretty sure you're here all by yourself." After the man had said this, she immediately started thinking, what can I do to get my 4-month-old to safety? Do I just go and lock ourselves in his room? Do I try and grab him, get into a bathroom, lock us in there? Do I try and get out of a window? What do I do? And while she was thinking this, she suddenly heard a growl. Now, prior to this man knocking on the door, she had just been doing laundry and was hanging clothes up on the clothesline out back. And she heard the knock from the backyard because the clothesline wasn't too far from the door, and she went inside but didn't close the door all the way. When she didn't do that, the Doberman was able to get back inside after being let out while she was doing the laundry. That growl was from her dog, who immediately came inside and got between her and this intruder. As soon as this man saw the Doberman between them, he immediately freaked out, ran out the open front door, and ran down the street into the dead night, and he did not return that night or any night. The father would return home about 20 minutes after this all had happened, and his wife would explain to him what happened. And they would call the authorities and give pretty broad explanation of who this man was, but even the authorities still couldn't track him down. If it hadn't been for the Doberman that night, getting between the intruder and the mother, who knows what would have happened to her or her 4-month-old son.